person's place. I remember this when I switched laptops. I had a really crummy webcam and I switched laptops, and all of a sudden these criminals flipped out and started interfering with everything. Right? You just go, whoa. So, anyways, that's why I went in the bathroom earlier. Right? Just going out, get as soon as I got to the hotel Wednesday, I just went, oh my God. Really, really never go near this person again. That's why I sound like that in the video. Oh my God. Because when a person is abusing you like that, it affects how you see yourself. Just like, I don't know if all those times I've always been super, super complimentary to Brian Buchanan, it probably affected his esteem in a positive way. Right, so it's really bizarro when all you've done is uplift a person and they project themselves onto you. Right, you just go, You actually screamed at her that she's beaten you down? Okay, we need to go back to 2023 when she met you, okay? Because you clearly forgot, or you say you do, and then we need to go back to what you were doing when you took off from her sisters, like, first of all, what you would do when you left the shelter and hung out with that Sean guy from Foxborough, not changing your clothes, getting dirty, not bathing, all of the same stuff. What you were doing when you took off from her sisters, what you were doing in Orlando when she found you again, what you were doing outside of Stop and Shop in December. Okay. I mean, you really need to start looking in a mirror. I don't know where he's using a toilet that he won't look in a mirror. You need to start looking in mirrors at yourself. Okay. Especially when you're out using and stuff like that. It's really ugly. Yeah, it's really ugly. It's ugly and sickly and sad. So, anyway, I don't have that experience when I look in mirrors, especially when I'm away from you, I've noticed. Okay, so your treatment of me and your abuse of me is really affecting me even more than I thought it was. Because I didn't even feel like this when I went into the shelter over the summer. I still was kind of viewing myself in a certain way because it has to do with abuse. I used to have severe body dysmorphia. Okay, so I'm definitely not going back to that. Okay, that's why I went never again, never again, never again. And that's why I told them I looked like a fucking goddess. We That guy Chris, whose girlfriend you had sex with, and you claim that you woke up with your pants down because you took them down, that disgusting person who's very mentally ill, is probably dead by now. You probably had sex with her because it was your friend's girlfriend because you're sadistically deranged. But anyways, um, and now I lost my train of thought. I know, it's like, what was I just saying? He took a picture of us, okay? And he probably showed it to her, and she became so enraged she took his phone from him because I looked absolutely beautiful in it, and you look just bloated because you're an alcoholic. It was a bad photo of you, and I view you, I guess, differently than other people do because I looked at a couple photos on my phone, like, you look terrible. Yeah, I remember when he ditched me in November after, Florida. I was like, he looked pitiful to me that last November. He looked pitiful to me when he was after the whole incident in Florida, and then the smoking the marijuana and forcing me to go to a bank and telling me I'm not going to shower until I go to my bank and give him money for marijuana. Remember all that? And then he supposedly, now you got to think, it almost seems like he left my sleeping bag in the bag because I explained it to my sister that morning in the stairwell. I always carry the bag. Suddenly he's going to carry, and he actually said, uh, carrying this bag, one day I just going to end up losing it. So that's why I'm saying he's methodical. He's methodical in what he's doing. which means that he knows what he's doing and it's a pattern of behavior and he likes to tell you ahead of time that he's going to do something or he's telling himself he's going to do it. So he gets high. We get on the train at downtown crossing and he goes, "Where's that bag?" Because he left it there on purpose. I don't know if he ever actually got the sleeping bag back. Right, because he had a sleeping bag. Then later on, he said he bought himself a sleeping bag. He may have not got the sleeping bag back, but he told, because I never saw him again. It was text messages, and then he took off. Oh yeah, because you go say at Harvard, I got back on the train with them to go back to downtown crossing to see if my sleeping bag was there. Obviously, another abuse would follow that if I didn't say no. I'll wait here, and then I left. Because at North Station, after the I'm not gonna shower until I give him money, because that's where he gets his pot over there, I prayed to God about what to do, right? So, and how to get away from this person and what to do when a person won't even let you bathe, and now you're going to a bank to give him money for marijuana. Because he didn't get paid, I got paid. So anyways, that's when there was a bigger discrepancy in the money expenditure, by the way. Right, because he wanted to get hotels in Florida, and he was buying a lot of pot, right, so he was spending a lot more money then. This time, the money went into a mutually agreed upon marital trip. So, yeah, this he said something about, "I have all his money, I want some of my money back." I go, "Sue me, it's all in a trip, I don't know what to tell you. It's all in a trip, that's where all the money went. All the money that you didn't spend on marijuana and just taking off and paying for things for other people and all this weird shit you do, it went to a trip, and now you're not even going on it, and that was your choice because you don't even care about the trip, just let it go. I'm sure he has because I haven't heard from him. I'm sure he has let it go because he understands and goes, "Yeah, it's past final payment." Right, he knows that money's gone, right? So anyways, um, I'm sure he might say, "Why would I give you money if I was gonna take off?" Because that's what you do, Brian. It wasn't the opportunity when I said, "Let's go to the bank," for you to take off. Some other opportunity came up on Tuesday. And sometimes shit happens and I'm not saying I'm psychic, I get a feeling about something, and then later on it ends up being true. I explained what happened on Veterans Day when he was talking to someone and they immediately stopped talking when I walked up. He could have ran into that person again at Smith Center while I'm taking a poop or something. It's really that bad. I'm smoking a cigarette because clearly I went to smoke a cigarette that day and 2 meals of having a conversation because I walked away and immediately stopped talking when I walked back to a table. I'm not living like that. I don't remember shit being that bad before. Right. So to some degree, that's getting worse. That continuing to use Facebook, clearly talking to people on Facebook and lying about it. Um, I noticed that some guy came into the library talking to Steve, and it's just something about it, right? Just something about it. You go, I just, something is, I have a concern here about this person. Yep, just something about it. Because every time that dude goes to print coloring papers, goes to the bathroom, or goes outside to roll cigarettes, and I remember he was out rolling cigarettes that day, and it seemed like it was taking a while. And I'm busy tooling around on my phone, and then I go, it seems like it's been a while. Like, is what's going on? Is he up to no good? Like, what's going on outside? And then, like a minute later, I saw him walking back into the library. Right. You just go, that is what these things do. It's a sickness, if you don't know drug addicts and people with deviances and stuff. It's a sickness where every person is the mother and the father. Okay. And everything is secretive and stuff. It's really disgusting and sad and gross for them. So, anyways, yep, I'll probably never find out because it really doesn't matter, but it wouldn't surprise me if later on I find out that dude has a place or something and that's where he ended up. right? You just go, there's no way in hell that he just went, I'm going to sleep over here and take my EBT and whatever, because, right, he already had a conversation with someone. That's what he does. He sits in the library on his phone. You don't see him doing it. Okay. And do you know that it takes about 2 seconds outside when you have your phone on you to give someone your phone number? It really does. And then you're texting and shit. It really only takes about 2 seconds to do that. So, anyways, right, I'm going out to the truck to get coffee, or I'm going out to the truck to get a sandwich. Just like Porter, something made him decide that he's taking off with someone else at Porter, which he did. He literally showed up there to a church to get sandwiches. That John guy was there, and then I think that's who he ended up leaving with. It's really that disgusting. They don't even have to have words of conversation. Oh, she might be back.
You look so funny out there.